Hello everyone, welcome back to our Portuguese homestead. So today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a cooking video. For us, the courgette season has kind of slowed down a little bit. They're still producing, but not so much as a couple of weeks ago. But I do realize many of you don't live in very warm Portugal, and so you might be just hitting peak courgette season or zucchini season, and I want to give you some recipes on what to do with all those courgettes, because once they start coming in they never stop. So we have a couple plants. Puck, if you hear some weird noises, Puck's playing right there. So we have a couple plants that are producing well for us, and we get a couple a week, which is just fine. We're not swamped. So I'll give you 3 different recipes and with some options so that you can veganize, vegetarianize them. I've been vegetarian since a long time ago. We've only just started eating meat, so I have that weird thing where I don't actually know how to cook meat, but I do know many very good recipes with vegetables because I love them. So let's start today with our first recipe. I'm gonna do a zucchini fritter. So this is absolutely my favorite way to eat zucchinis, other than just frying them with some garlic and onions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start grating these and then salt them, and then I'll talk to you some more.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious seas.
So I've grated them. It's a labor of love. If you have a machine to do it, use it. So I grate them because through experimentation I've noticed that they cook better and more evenly than if I just chop them finely, and I like the structure better, so I grate everything and I salted it, not too heavy. We don't use so much salt, but do it to taste. And I'm just gonna let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes so that the moisture can start drawing out. In the meantime, I'm gonna chop an onion and some garlic. I'm using a big onion because I have 2 courgettes here, so it's quite a lot. You could also do spring onions, that's really good. You could add some corn, that's really delicious, but for now I'm just doing garlic and onion and some feta cheese. Then I'll show you how I make the batter. It's been a couple minutes and I added the chopped onion and 3 cloves of garlic, and now I'll show you how I make it into a little batter situation. What I use, and this is a remnant of our vegan days, is I use chickpea flour or gram flour or farinha de grão. It's probably not how you pronounce that. Depending on how much moisture you have and how much courgette you have, obviously I use about a cup to a cup and a half. And today, because I have quite a lot of zucchini, courgettes, I'm using a cup and a half, and then usually I'll also still add some water. And just a little bit more, so I think in total this is about 2 cups of chickpea flour. This is kind of the texture, consistency that you're looking for. It's almost like a cake batter, a little bit chunky because of the courgette, of course. And now I'm gonna add some more flavor, so I got some organic feta from Lidl, and I'm just gonna crumble it in. You could also use some grated cheese, some strong flavored, maybe even some good Portuguese goat's cheese, sheep's cheese. There are many possibilities. I like a generous amount of oil. I'm using vegetable oil, but you could use olive oil as well, or you could use less oil if you are not into shallow frying things. So I'm just gonna let this heat up. Okay, so I've made enough for probably a whole party. I'm just gonna do a couple for lunch. So what I do is take a spoonful and just drop it into the oil. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. I can usually do 3 or 4 per round, and so they need a couple minutes on each side, and once they start browning here, then you can flip them. So this is enough for lunch today. As you can see, I still have about half left, but you can put it in the fridge and make it in the evening or tomorrow. I'm gonna serve it with some salad, some garlic bread, and that's a good lunch. I do realize that the last recipe is maybe a little bit laborious. It's a lot of different steps. So the next recipe, I wanted to show you something really simple. I haven't tried it in this configuration before, so we're just gonna do it. And that's also kind of my message for you when it comes to cooking. Just try out stuff, just use what you have. Maybe you have half an onion left, put it in something. That's usually what I do, and with some garlic, some salt, some pepper, everything usually turns out pretty well. So right now I want to do a tart-ish. I have to be honest, I've done it before, but usually I can't be bothered to make the dough myself because it's simple, but it adds another step. So just getting some dough from the shop, really not that big of a deal. Most of them are pretty good. Especially puff pastry. I'm already tired thinking about it. This is just like quiche type dough. So I'm gonna do courgette too, and then I want to caramelize some onions. I don't do this much, but I think it will be good. I've got 2 and half an onion left, so I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna cook the courgette with some garlic and some cream, put it all together in a dish, put it in the oven and forget about it. And I think it's really easy, really quick, and should be delicious.
Sometimes what you want ain't what you need. Sometimes letting go can make your heart bleed. Sometimes the road ahead seems dark as night. Have some faith in yourself, that's the guiding light. You should know that when your dreams have hit the ceiling and falling back down on the ground, let me tell you, I know the feeling. I used to live in that town.
This would probably be good with some extra Parmesan. I only have feta today and I don't feel like eating feta, so I'm just gonna put it in like this.
It's just before dawn. You might take a fall, but you can bounce right back. Go to town.
Okay, so these last two dishes were more side dishes, so I also want to show you my favorite recipe for a complete dish, a pasta dish. It's super simple. It's kind of an adaptation of something my mother used to make, but since we don't have Dutch cheese here, I'm using a very good local sheep's cheese. It's from the village and it's so good. But here in the region, it's very much known for their good cheese, so why not use it? So I'm gonna do a pasta with some zucchini, just cubed. This is one large one. Then I have some tomatoes, some onion, garlic, and some dried oregano. You could also do dried basil or something. Italian seasoning, something fresh. You try, you use what you have. So I'm just gonna do it with some spaghetti. So my mother used to make with spaghetti, but we don't have any, so I'm just gonna use this macaroni shape pasta. It's fairly simple. Just cook everything, put it together, do the cheese with it. Delicious.
I wonder how it's like to be. The apple does not fall from the tree. She said I almost died a week ago. I lost my way. I thought I already know. Countryside, the water so I wait up here. I just let it know. Wait along the corridor. Some will say they see me fall. Do we need to go this far? We do not.
As you will have seen from these 3 recipes, my style is more just try it, put some garlic with it, and usually it turns out okay. I know I am very fortunate to enjoy cooking. It's kind of like a meditation to me, and it's the only way that you can use up all this fresh produce, and it's much healthier than you can get in a restaurant or those pre-made meals, if you can call them that. So I hope you got some inspiration from these recipes. Maybe you can try some of them this summer. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Somewhere close by.